This is the Barbados Today afternoon news for Wednesday, November 23rd. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary Claire Williams. The Immigration Department is in for major upgrades next year that should improve its efficiency. Among the measures is the continuous training of staff, the introduction of electronic passport processing, as well as the relocation of the department to a new facility by June. Minister responsible for immigration, Senator Darcy Boyce, made the announcement this morning during a citizen induction ceremony for 110 immigrants at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center. Boyce said he is prepared to hold those responsible for the move of the department accountable.
To introduce, in order to improve efficiency, is a new border control technology at the Adams International Airport by February of next year. 14 automated passport control kiosks will be installed in the arrivals hall at the airport and will significantly decrease the waiting time of arriving passengers in the terminal. These kiosks will go there so that we can process the increasing number of passengers through the airport more quickly. All of our immigration officers will continue to be employed and will continue to man the desks.
Some residents of White Hill say they believe the delay in addressing their concerns is politically motivated. 2 years ago, a section of the main roadway in the area broke away, severely disrupting the lives of residents. Yesterday, the community of close to 300 people said they have given up hope of the government addressing their concerns. Resident Carlitha Andrews told Barbados Today she is convinced that the delay is political.
A question was asked if we believe it's political. I can boldly say, yes, it is. Because when personnel from the Barbados Water Authority and other people come up in here, they just boldly say, we suffering because of who we vote for. Mr. Payne was present the last time the road went down, when I had an encounter with a worker. Mr. Payne told me, call it a hush. Because we are humiliated and they're not hiding them out and telling us, so yes, I can boldly say it is political. Because it's come up in here and they just tell me so. I want to got to suffer because who want to vote for, and that is not fair.
Meanwhile, opposition leader Mia Motley, who was also present, said the BLP will continue to advocate for the residents.
The reality is that, as I showed you, how can you not, if you came here and within 1 week you built back up a road that had dropped down 5-6 feet and you put gabions there, we now see the middle of the road breaking away. If we didn't come here this morning, you would not be in a position to tell the people that in addition to what is broken away at the top, you are now in a position, in fact, you tell me it reminds you of St. Vincent where you were born. You understand? You are now in a position to tell the government that they need urgently to put some gabions in the meantime to stabilize the middle of the road to ensure that those persons who live up here are not marooned. So advocacy and agitation is a major thing. We will continue to make that call. We want to know what has happened with the money from the that they received on the 8th of December, and we want to know how we can work with them to make sure that this matter be urgently resolved. If they cannot resolve it, then we will make a case to the people of Barbados that we must resolve it for them.
Government has pledged to relocate residents of the area, but only 5 have been moved so far after the project was suspended due to a lack of financing. Sports now, Sri Lanka reached 330 for 7 in their 50 overs in the 5th game of the Tri-Nation Series against the West Indies today at the Queen's Sports Club in Zimbabwe. Niroshan Dekwela and Kusal Mendes each made 94. Jason Holder, meanwhile, took 3 for 57.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only 225, 220. Who? For what? That's the Bear Stare News. I don't read about that on Barbados Today since last night. That can't only can't do. 220. Who?
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Christmas will be the best Belgian Christmas for we. Maisie, it is all because we public bank just like Santa Claus. Maisie fix up the kitchen will help you celebrate.
Get ready to celebrate 50 years of independence right through to the best Bajan Christmas ever with a Make It Happen loan of up to $50,000 from Republic Bank. Give your home a good old Bajan spooser, buy some new furniture and appliances, or take an after-holiday trip to visit loved ones over and away. You could also be one of our lucky winners to share in fabulous prizes. Just visit any branch to apply. Go to republicbarbados.com or call us at 227-2700. We're also available via Skype and FaceTime. Special conditions apply.
In Bajan style, it will be great with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
These papers is selling at all. Get your paper. Only $2.25. Get your paper, miss. Look, take it. I can pay for it. Barbados Today, all the way.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
We're back now with news from the region. Trinidad and Tobago's Court of Appeal has reserved judgment in the matter of extradition of the former FIFA Vice President Jack Warner. The case against the High Court ruling that Washington be excluded from being part of the judicial review claim brought by Warner. It challenged his extradition to the U.S. on fraud-related charges. Warner is accused of 12 offenses related to racketeering, corruption, and money laundering allegedly committed in the jurisdictions of the U.S. and Trinidad and Tobago dating back to 1990. In his claim, Warner questioned the procedure adopted by the Office of the Attorney General in signing off on the U.S. request for his extradition. It was made in May last year. It followed the U.S. Department of Justice's probe into FIFA. Washington had sought to be an interest in the hearing of the judicial review. On the international scene, the man who murdered the British MP Joe Cox earlier this year ahead of the EU referendum was today sentenced to life in prison. 53-year-old Thomas Mayer was told he would never be released. Mayer shot Cox 3 times and repeatedly stabbed her as she arrived at a library for an advice session with local residents in the town of Birstall. Jurors at the Old Bailey court heard that he had shouted something like "Britain first" and "Keep Britain independent" during the attack. They took just 90 minutes to convict Mayer, who was charged under the anti-terrorism legislation. And finally, Bolivia is experiencing its worst drought in over 2 decades, and the government is allocating extra funds to help alleviate the water shortage. We get more in this Reuters report.
A truck carrying water arrives at a school in La Paz, Bolivia. A hard-hitting drought, the country's worst in 25 years, is affecting large portions of the country. Bolivia's Ministry of Education has called for schools like this one to close early to help prevent infection from spreading. Some 125,000 families have been affected. Most neighborhoods in the capital are getting water supplies just 3 days a week. Residents say they can barely make ends meet. We're getting water just for our consumption, this woman said. We can't even clean ourselves, much less wash our clothes. President Evo Morales, who visited drought-stricken regions, has made funds available to help alleviate the crisis. A state of emergency was declared earlier this week, which comes after more than half of the country's municipalities had declared their own drought emergencies previously.
That's the afternoon news. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Or you can tune in to Channel 99 on Flow TV or Mix 96.9 FM for more news and sports. I am Marie Claire Williams. Good afternoon.